There are plenty of anime podcasts out there, but why not have just one more? It's another Weebcast. Yes, I am starting with Noah doing that sound. He's having a good time. Introduce yourselves by Discord voice order.
I guess I go first. What's good, hookers? I'm a literal nerd, and today we're on Sean's podcast again. Woohoo!
I am. Wait, no, is that you?
It sounds like if someone gonna make a mistake, it's Noah next.
Hello, my name is Sebastian. I will be your waiter today.
Are you one hell of a butler?
Hell yeah. I get that reference.
Tom.
Oh, I said it. I was Purple Tanuki.
Okay.
Let's cut out or
Yeah,
something.
I didn't fuck up this time.
I'm Blue Bandicoot.
He was just like, I didn't fuck up this time, yay. Yay, not me! Is what it
Yeah!
Whoa, shots fired!
My God. But as this is being recorded, My Hero Academia ended yesterday or today?
Not officially yet, but unofficially, yes.
Yeah, the last chapter of the manga has either come out or been leaked or whatever. And people are talking about it all over because it's been 10 years since the manga has been running. And yes, we do feel old whenever we say that because it doesn't feel like this series should be that old, but here we are. And I thought one thing that we could try to do, at least maybe to do a little bit of time, is considering it is currently fresh on everybody's minds. We don't have to talk about the ending because does everyone here know the ending?
I do.
I haven't seen the last chapter yet. I'm
Okay.
avoiding spoilers until the episode comes out.
Okay, then we won't talk about the ending. I mean, we can give a non-spoiler thoughts about the ending without going into exactly the details, if anyone wants to. But I was thinking that what we could do is do a little bit of a retrospective about the series, like what we think of it overall, maybe highlights about it, what we think its mark on shonen will be, and et cetera, yada yada yada, whatever everyone wants to talk about. I personally thought the ending was fine. I know a lot of people don't like it. They was saying it was rushed and such.
You read it?
I've read chunks of it, not the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's very misunderstood so far.
It has been really misunderstood. Everyone's been saying certain things about certain characters and
Yeah.
not understanding the little signs that that's clearly not the case, which a little frustrating, but whatever. But I thought it was fine. It serviced as a bookend to this story well enough. It was a little fast, but I still got enough of a enjoyment out of it. The last panel made me smile, and it still fits into the ideas and themes of the story. It doesn't disregard what the series is about. I thought it was fine, personally. Although I've been the internet had done a lot of disagreeing with me in the past, but I don't care.
It's the internet.
They're always going
usually
to
wrong.
disagree.
They're wrong.
Look, yes, they are usually wrong. All of us are on the internet long enough and consistent enough to say that. But not us, of course. We're not wrong. We're right.
No, we're 1% right. Never in the wrong.
Hell yeah. Fuck wrong people.
Yeah, never heard of them. They suck.
Suck super monkey balls.
What do you guys, for those of you who've seen the ending, what do you think of it? Just without spoilers.
I think it's just me. But
Oh, okay.
I thought it was pretty good. Nothing groundbreaking or anything changing, but it's pretty good, I would say. But I feel like a lot of people wanted it to go one way and it didn't, and it's kind of changed their whole view on the whole series, which is kind of dumb.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So that's just my opinion.
Oh no, that worries me.
I don't think it should. I don't think it should. That's my. I can't say anything. God damn it! I hate this. You know.
So that feels to be manga if you can't say anything.
It's like me like for the past week with Deadpool and Wolverine because I've wanted to talk about it. And I've always been in call and Noah's always been there and I'm like I can't say anything. And I remember Kevin hopped in one time and I'm like, hey Kevin, what's up? You hadn't seen the movie? Say fucking nothing. Don't say shit. And he was immediately like, aw.
I could see that.
I'm
And then he kept pestering me to see the movie as soon as possible, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna watch it next weekend." He's like, "Watch it now." I'm like, "Why don't you upload a fucking video now? How about you watch it now?"
Is
It's
that
just this
gonna
whole
be your
back and
response
forth.
to everything he does? Like any argument he has against you, you're just gonna respond with "Upload a fucking video, bitch."
I mean, yeah.
I will, because if he gives me material, I'm gonna use it.
I'm also turning on
I don't
my
blame
fan
you.
for background noise, so if anyone is bothered by it, please.
And
ignore
unlike
that.
him, whatever I produce will be shown to
Ooh,
all,
what?
and not just kept on a hard drive.
Fair
Sean,
enough.
what'd you say?
I was saying, for if audience can pick it up, I'm turning my fan on because it's hot as goddamn Satan's nutsack in here, and I don't want to sweat my ass off. I usually turn my fan
Again.
off when I record stuff, but I can't right now because last I checked, it was close to 90 degrees in my apartment because for some goddamn reason, a lot of buildings in Massachusetts don't have good AC. Yay.
But Massachusetts is so damn expensive.
Yeah, but our state's usually more cold than it is hot.
That's still
Fair
booty
trade.
cheeks, though.
We're moving into an apartment that's probably gonna have better AC because it looks like based on what we've seen, and we're gonna do a tour soon. So we're gonna see how better it cools down. Like even just a ceiling fan would be nice, but there is no ceiling fan in this room. It's very. Don't get me wrong. It's great during the winter because it's always warm. Like I don't even have to turn like any kind of heater on. It was negative 20 like another winter. Didn't fucking feel it in here. It sucks during the summer because I become liquid.
Damn.
Anyway,
But you're already 80% liquid.
Yeah, but then he starts to melt, so then it becomes like 80%.
I said it.
you said 80%.
Oh, then 90%. Words are hard.
Okay.
Numbers are harder.
That too.
But yeah, both of us, I mean, both Tom and I are in agreement generally that the ending is good and misunderstood. I mean, what's that? Shonen fans wanting one thing and not getting it, and then being mad when they don't get something? Haven't heard that one before.
I have. A lot.
Almost like it happened like the entire later half of My Hero.
Yeah?
Bro, that's like the entirety of Ruby.
Okay, Ruby fandom isn't fair, because that's just a bad fandom.
We've been over this.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Is the Ruby fandom better or worse than the My Hero fandom?
It's worse.
No, My Hero's worse.
No, Ruby's worse.
But the My Hero fandom is smellier in Comic Cons.
Sure.
I don't
Because
know if I would agree with
because
that part,
we're-
actually.
I think it's equal bioweapon.
Listen, it's because of their tight ass suits. You know, all of them are tight, and so you start to sweat a lot more,
That's fair.
and so they just end up being smellier. I've come to accept it.
I would be on the vibe that Ruby fans are more insufferable.
Yeah.
Online, yes, 100% online they are worse.
Yeah.
Sure. But
My Hero fans, the only thing that they do is make just cringe ass TikToks.
Oh, you have no idea about the whole shipping shit.
Oh
Bruh,
yeah,
I
no.
know.
The shipping
Hate
stuff
it.
is horrible.
It's a fucking abysmal, and it's miserable as hell, especially with the Toga stuff and the Uraraka stuff.
The
It was
bruh,
miserable
fucking
during that stuff.
any ship to do with Todoroki.
I mean, come on, guys. All my
Fucking
Deku's mom
Todoroki
said
gives
shit.
birth the video.
Oh yeah, true.
But
I
who
forgot
about
is
that,
Deku's
thanks. Yeah.
dad?
That's just whatever. That's just a whatever ass theory that every fandom has whenever the father of a character doesn't present himself.
Funny thing is, didn't Horikoshi say that he just forgot about Deku's dad?
He said back in, I think, Comic-Con of like 2018, he was going to bring his father into the series.
I remember something like that. Yeah.
And then he went dark since then. So
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't even matter because what the fuck is he gonna do?
solve
Like just up
cancer.
here?
I don't know.
Damn.
he can breathe fire. That's it. Like he doesn't.
He can imitate a dragon.
Oh yeah, didn't that line make everyone think that Endeavor was Deku's dad?
That or all for one.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
The all for one theory was like rampant for a while, even though
One
it
of the
really
worst
makes
theories.
no sense.
Yeah, that's my hero. They'll think, oh, this is cool, but it makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's the common MHA theories.
Sometimes they're
I
like,
mean, you're not wrong.
sometimes they're kind of insufferable too, because I'll come across posts that will be like usually videos. They'll be like theorizing something, and then it's just like also including spoilers. I'm like, let people read the fucking manga or watch the anime.
Right.
Christ.
I hate that shit.
Like it's annoying, honestly, but whatever.
I mean, that's mostly like an anime thing, because I think that's kind of that's kind of a thing with any medium that has a direct adaptation that's being released alongside the original. You know?
yeah.
Oh, even fucking series that don't have that, like Ruby has that shit because of the Rooster Teeth like website thing where you can watch the episode like a week early or whatever.
Well, now it doesn't because the series is dead
That's true.
until Viz Media
gone
finds a
now.
way to bring it back for something. I don't know.
There's no
Oh,
way they're gonna
we're not talking about Ruby again. We're not talking about it again. I brought it up.
We
I
start
made a
every single
mistake.
time.
I made a mistake.
Oh man, fuck Ruby. I hope that shit gets
Homies hate
rebooted.
Ruby.
That's-
Me personally, I have Stockholm syndrome with the show.
I do too, and that's why I hate it.
It's an abusive relationship. Can't get out of it.
Dude, no, dude, I have bruises everywhere. I got black eyes. I got my dick ripped off. Like it's done everything to me.
She separated
And
me
I'm
from my
still-
whole family, moved me to another
It's
country.
like a country song.
but
to
I
the
still
extreme.
love them.
I still love you. The fucking old meme.
I know that meme.
Yeah.
She destroyed a whole city and a floating city, and I still love her.
Anyway, enough of Noah's
cut off.
and enough of all of your very sad and tragic backstories of your abusive relationship with Ruby. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about my hero. So I mean, I want to.
Ruby.
Noah, stop.
I mean,
Did he
come
say
on.
anything?
Come on.
Even if he doesn't say anything, I feel like I have to tell him to stop because I can feel the energy from him.
You mean the aura?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like pissing off some My Hero fans. So I was watching this YouTube channel that likes to react to old movies, and they reacted to X-Men, and these are all watching blind, and they discovered what Xavier's school is, and then one of them was like, "Oh, so it's My Hero, but not bad."
Damn.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, honestly, anime and fiction in general have been using just a school to train superpowered MacGuffin for, like, decades now. I mean, Harry Potter did it, X-Men did it, a smorgasbord of anime have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell,
Yeah, I mean, school is. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm
there's even another anime. It's not about school, but I've always called it basically anime X-Men. And it's Tokyo ESP because it has a lot of the same beats. It's all right. It's solid like 7 out of 10, I'd say. Even though a lot of people don't like it. Nah, fuck them.
Damn.
Well, I mean, they said it was a lesser adaptation of the manga. Generally, is what I've
That's
heard.
fair, I guess.
Which happens
That's
a lot with
fair.
anime.
Yeah.
Shit nowadays, given how high the standards are.
Honestly,
True.
a lot of people forget how like how well we've been like I guess fed as anime fans with just
Yes.
how much shit has happened and how much like incredible series have come out. I know a while ago I wanted to do a discussion on Solo Leveling when the anime was getting closer and closer to its release, and now we're like halfway between the first core and the second core of this season. And just that alone existing is nuts. And then all the other series we've been continuously getting, and just having all these great animated series fresh off the back, sweat, blood, and tears of all these poor animators getting whipped. You know, these
Thanks,
poor.
Mappa.
Yeah, and not the fun kind of whipped.
Okay. Okay, some studios I've heard are pretty good about treating their staff well. I've heard Kyoto Animation's pretty good about it because apparently they're actually hired on as employees and not as contracts.
I
Oh, I
believe
didn't know
so,
that.
yeah.
And a few others apparently do treat their staff rather well too. And then of course there's the discussion about studios like Mappa that have
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard that's basically slave labor.
look, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 looked really fucking good, but I don't know if it's worth it when I know that some of those animators didn't get to see their families for days.
Damn, that bad? I heard it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
I can't remember if it was Mappa or another studio, but one animator tweeted that he was going home for the first time in 3 days.
That sounds about right.
Like,
That's so fun.
it's. Phew. I don't know about Bones' reputation though. I don't remember reading up on it.
I think one's is fine. I think most of the projects go through like courses of years instead of Mappas, where it's like in the span of 2 years.
Well, yeah, because Bones already finished Mob Psycho earlier. Then they already finished. They're finishing My Hero now, and I can't really think of too many other really big projects they've taken on recently.
Their A team is working on something, I think, and then their B team is doing the My Hero movie,
Yeah,
and then I think that's it for the main stuff.
yeah. Fuck, because they've been working on this series for
8 years.
Yeah, oh my god. Yes, that. Ugh.
Don't tell me that. I hate hearing it. I hate hearing how long it's been around.
It's
Just lie and
Yeah,
say like
right.
5 years.
also
That way we get more comments being like correcting. Actually, it's been 10 years. No.
actually funny thing
Well,
is
actually, it's been 30 years.
it's actually been proven that a good way to get an answer online is to say the incorrect answer and then someone corrects you. It is a faster way than asking for the answer. Apparently, because people love correcting more than they love answering people's questions.
I mean, you're not wrong. That does sound like, a good way to get like more comments and also just to get an answer, period. But I feel like you'd also get the wrong answer.
But speaking of the wrong answer, we're not here to give you the wrong answer. We're here to give you the right answers because we've established before. We're correct.
never wrong.
We're never wrong.
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Only real news.
I need to
Mhm, that's right.
I need to rewatch some of the older seasons of My Hero because it's been a hot minute. No, I think you've watched them more recently because you were talking about it because you were catching back to the series at least more recently than I was. I don't
No.
know. No? Okay, maybe not.
No.
Because I thought you were talking about how you like some time ago, maybe like last year, you were rewatching like the first few seasons and they started a bit slow.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I kind of remember that, but not too much.
I do want to watch. I'm reading the manga right now. and
I
just
haven't been
waiting for
friends
the
with
anime
Noah
to
that
finish.
long.
Yes, you have. Remember on that one thing that we did?
Oh, that one time that we don't talk
Yeah.
about that one time though.
Why not? That-
Because
that
it's
first-
embarrassing,
Oh fuck!
man. It would be too if you landed, face down, ass up.
But I was too scared.
An embarrassing photo of Noah at the Christmas party.
Oh no, with the
Oh,
ugly sweater.
Wait, which one?
Wait. Which one? What? Oh no, there's more?
He got caught.
He got caught.
Shit. No.
I love how we
No.
spent more time talking about just
Not
random
again.
ass shit instead of talking about My Hero.
I mean, to be fair, this is just a bunch of people
Uh,
with ADHD set into a room, told to talk about one topic, and consistently going around other topics.
I'm actually diagnosed with ADHD, so
I
yeah.
am as well.
Oh yeah, high five! Eh.
I'm diagnosed with Kool-Aid.
Because you drink it all the time.
You just break through walls.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Brain injury now that it's
Funny
diagnosed.
thing, actually, that literally reminds me. There was I remember my roommate was showing me bits of more recent recipes from Dylan Hollis on TikTok. And one of them was apparently a Kool-Aid pie. And I was just like, oh, I should send this to Noah because he drinks Kool-Aid all the fucking time. So that reminded me. This
I'm
is,
waiting.
I'll send it to you after this, motherfucker.
I don't know how I feel
Waiting.
about that. That just sounds,
Apparently, it was really good. It was kind of like a no.
I'm still concerned.
I don't know. I mean, I've made an eggnog pie before, and that one slapped. That one was amazing. I want to make that
Okay,
again.
but eggnog is yum. I like eggnog.
Eggnog
Well,
is
I
very
prefer coquito. We have like our
Fair.
own version of it here in PR. That's made out of coconut milk.
I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, it's fucking banger.
You did.
If I can get some off-season coquito for next time, I'll bring it over.
Trying to get back to the plot because I'm having trouble with that one.
The ADHD, bro.
I know for a while I would have said that My Hero was probably my favorite shonen. Because it started like kind of really into the boom of superheroes. Because the anime came out what 2016, 2015.
Like,
I think that was just before, like a year or so before Endgame, I think.
yeah.
Or was it
around
Infinity
that area.
War?
And people were still like on obviously the big Marvel train and such. I mean, just all around
Right.
the world, it was a giant worldwide thing. And just in general, having it capitalized off of more Western superheroes as opposed to the traditional, like more kind of like Japanese heroes with like the Sentai kind of thing, like the transforming hero. Obviously not one for one because the secret identity isn't really a big thing in My Hero since they're more of a publicity figure. Everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
But having it like tie more to Western superheroes and really riding off of that. And I was really into the superhero craze too. I mean, I guess it's kind of worn off a little bit because of dwindling results.
Oversaturation.
Oversaturation and like I feel like just dwindling quality in terms of movies and series.
That too, for sure.
The fatigue has gotten there, kind of like a lot of people are feeling isekai fatigue. But for a while I would have said that it was my favorite because I don't want to say contrarian, but because contrarian is kind of just like saying like I only think this way to feel different. Because I did start out with like shonen. My first anime was Naruto. But like when I really started getting really into anime, I was kind of watching a bit of everything, right? Like I really got it with Gurren Lagann, and then I watched there was Soul Eater and Fairy Tail, but along with that was also like Black Lagoon and a lot of other series kind of similar to that. So I was watching this big mix. So when I was seeing a lot of like the anime community, especially in like the 2000s, 2010s, and not as much recently, but still around there, really like circling around like shonen consistently, I guess in my brain it was sort of just the but there's other shows to watch, as Noah says, it's the but guys watch this kind of sad thing.
Yeah, the thing that every anituber does.
I
Where
mean,
it's like, this anime is ass. You should watch my ass anime.
I'm not going to take away from people who want to enjoy shonen. I usually just, well, nowadays what I try to say is, oh, you like this show, I can recommend something similar, right? Because I mean, if someone says like, oh, a shonen is their favorite anime, that's cool, like that's fine, you're entitled to whatever opinion you have. I can't change it, but it's also like, you enjoyed this, can I recommend you something else too? Because I want more people to engage in anime. So whenever I saw like shonen, I always was like, it's good as like a starter series, you know. But I never got like super into it. The only exception might have been like Soul Eater at the time. Fairy Tail just got less and less to me as time goes by. I still enjoy it, but not nearly as much as they when I first watched it. But when I was watching My Hero, I was like, this is fantastic. And for a while, it was in my top 10. Not anymore. I would probably put it in the top 30, but I wouldn't imagine anywhere above the top 20, maybe number 21, 22, something like that. But
Fair.
like for a while I would just say like this is peak shonen, this is goated, and such, and I was just getting into it more and more because it was coming out quite consistently too. But I guess just as time went by, the superhero fatigue started to really set in. I kind of had a bit of My Hero fatigue as well. That circled back when like season 7 came out though. And I started to get back into it again. As a
Not
whole,
only that, but just also. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
as a whole, I still think it's a really good shonen. I would probably still rate it in my top 5 favorite. Yeah, that's about right. I might give the entire series as a whole. I'm circling between 7 or 8. 7.5. 7.5. As I'm thinking right now. Yeah. Alright, I'm done. For the moment.
I think my story is kind of similar with MHA. I started watching it in my second year of college, which was 2017 to 2018.
We're old. It's the
We are, and at that point, you were right. I actually looked up what movies came out on 2016, the year that the anime released. Not the anime, the manga released, and fucking Civil War had just come out.
Oh yeah.
So the MCU
Oh,
craze
jeez.
was going crazy.
Oh yeah.
It was like the perfect cultural zeitgeist for for cultural climate rather for MHA to like gain a following.
Absolutely.
Like could not have been more perfect. And I watched it. I had to stop for a while because I was just getting MHA fatigue, and I was not really big on the plot of the school festival, not the tournament one, the other one with the concert. That's kind of like when I dropped the series for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
right.
Rock Band Hero.
Well, not that. I just thought that the plots were just getting sillier. You know, that we were just straying away from like one of the more serious plots and like everything to do with Shigaraki and all that. I mean, at the time that was the case because like it was it was like school festival, and then I think it was the training arc, not the training arc, but the licensing arc with the other school.
Oh, the Class B, Class 1 versus Class
Yeah.
B.
No, it was the other
Oh
one. The
no,
one that
right,
was like
right.
Class A in Shiketsu.
I always
was
remember.
it.
I remember the only thing I remember from that, like vividly. I obviously remember the arc, but vividly remember is fucking Himiko disguising herself as that one hoochie, and then just running around being naked. So that's just kind of around where I stopped because it was just more focusing on just school or hero aspects, and I really wanted to learn about the plot with the villains. And also at the time, like everyone and their grandma was just shitting on the series for whatever reason. Mostly the fandom and how weird they are.
I thought that was more around season like 6.
Well, it was after. That's what
That's
I mean.
been a
After.
thing since season 2. It's been ongoing forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Even when season 3,
Okay, but it
season 3
really
was
started
really
to blow
hyped.
up at around like season 5.
Season 3 was back when like My Hero started to gain traction. Probably
Mhm.
the second biggest show in the West besides AOT for anime.
Yeah.
Fuck Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, slide that in there.
Anyways,
Still don't like
not too long ago, I binged the series again. Hashtag unemployment life, and I fell back in love with it. It was awesome. I love Deku as a character. I've always liked Deku as a character because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just so emblematic of his own series, and he's just very different from typical shonen protagonists, even from the ones that we get nowadays. Because before it was just the Goku clones. You have the Luffy's, the Naruto's, the literally everybody that isn't Ichigo. And now, it's like everybody is Ichigo.
Yeah.
And Deku was just always kind of a nerd who was always willing to do the right thing. And I love that about him. And I don't know. That's just all I can say. I just fucking love this series. I can't wait to see the final episode. And as a rating, I think I would give it I think either the same rating that Sean gave it, which is 7.5, or I would rate it an 8. I feel like this has definitely become the school anime.
It's definitely up
I
there.
feel like there's, because for a long ass time, Soul Eater was the school anime. It was the bar that everyone had set, and then like you had Kill la Kill afterwards, but like My Hero really raised the bar for that.
The thing with Kill la Kill is that it didn't focus too much on the whole school aspect of it. One, because it was
That's
short,
true.
and two, like halfway through, like the whole school was kind of essentially just in war. Like that whole everything collapsed, and then everyone's in the as rebels and such as part of nudist
That's
beach.
why that show's better.
I mean, personally,
Too.
I would personally say that Kill la Kill is better than Soul Eater and My Hero, but that's me speaking.
It's a mood. I'll give you that. I don't know if I necessarily agree, but it's a mood.
Well, I've come to the realization, because I've been thinking more and more about fair
As an anime, sure,
as
I'll agree with you on that.
as
Because Soul Eater anime was ending was booty cheeks.
yeah,
Anime,
it was
yes.
okay.
Yeah, she's gonna punch you with
5
all
out
of
of
her
10.
courage. Yeah, but
It was basic shonen, which is why it was disappointing, and rather than being anything what Soul Eater was before, which was demented.
it was
Just
fucking bananas.
Insert Kid Icarus demented sound effect from his fucking medieval review.
One of those good ones.
Yeah, one of the old ones when he was funny.
I have no idea who you guys are talking about, but now I want to watch.
That's fine. Well, like I've been thinking more about like what my favorite anime is in top 10, because I do want to do that video at some point soon before the year ends. And Kill la Kill is in there. Originally it wasn't. Originally it was. Then it wasn't. Then it was. And I've been really evaluating like what series. If I was to pick 10 series, not even just to recommend anybody, but if I was to only watch 10 anime series for the rest of my life, what would I pick? And I was like, nope, Kill la Kill would be in there. It would be.
Yeah,
I can't
see
lie
that.
to myself, but for English words, it's difficult.
They're hard.
I need a script in order to make a video. No. But for My Hero, I do love the cast. For a while, like back
It has
when
a
I
great
was
cast.
when I was really enamored with it, I would say that it probably had the best handling of its large cast out of any shonen. Nowadays, I wouldn't say that so much, because a bunch of them do kind of get left behind, and a few members of Class 1A are kind of just like there.
After I would say like maybe season 5, I think it just became the Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki show.
Which is sad, because it looked like Uraraka was going to be like one of the big characters, and then she kind of got sidelined too.
I mean, we all thought that it was gonna be that the main trio was gonna be Deku, Ida, and Uraraka.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
It was
Ida
And
got
for a
Uraraka,
sidelined.
while.
the only
And then they
focus
get
she
shafted
gets
by
kind of based
better
on.
characters. They get
Wait.
shafted by better.
I mean,
We all just have to say.
you're not wrong. Todoroki and Bakugo are better.
Oh,
They
you're talking
are,
about me.
because
I thought you were
Uraraka
talking
really
about
does-
the fact that they got shafted, which yes, they did.
No, they
Yeah.
did. But no,
Asui's a better female character than fucking Uraraka, in my opinion.
I still thought
Uraraka
Uraraka
got
was.
pushed to the
I
Naruto.
don't hate Uraraka, but I just don't
She's
like
good
that.
enough.
She is better Sakura, better OG Naruto Sakura, because I feel like
Fair.
everything afterwards just kind of revolved around Deku. Like everything after the sports arc just revolved around Deku. Like her rivalry even with Himiko doesn't even revolve around her issues with Himiko. It revolves around Deku.
Honestly, I think that's why I prefer other shows that have this premise with, like, I'm not saying My Hero is exactly doing this because it is about Deku, but like anime like One Piece and Black Clover, or even Soul Eater, to me those animes are like, yeah, the main character is important, but like everybody else is also important, and I think My Hero doesn't do that as well as those other examples, and maybe other examples that I'm not thinking of.
Right.
No, that's fair. I would say
I mean, you can disagree with me because that's just how I personally feel. I don't know if it's actually true.
I mean, in general, I would just say that, like, if I was to pick a shonen anime that balanced its cast well enough, I would pick Soul Eater, because like it's to the point where, like, yeah, Maka is technically the main character by technicality, but she's surrounded by like 8 other characters that are also technically the main character, and then the rest of the school also has a lot of time to shine as well, especially in like various arcs too. Like even the little ones that show up every now and then, you're like, it's like, oh, you know, like they're back. Like I love them, you know. I feel like it's kind of like the idea that, again, everyone is important, right? Like there's a whole big team of characters who all work together.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not always explored enough, because it's been often about the individual, and My Hero sort of taps into the idea of being like part of the team, and that's why a lot of like mainstream fans have latched onto it, because it feels different than like the individual. Because before that, all other shonen are like, you know, like Dragon Ball, if you're not Goku or Vegeta, you kind of don't belong. Bleach, if you're not Ichigo, you kind of don't belong. Naruto, it's his name, for fuck's sake. If you're not Naruto, you ain't doing anything. Even then, Sasuke doesn't do as much as he should.
No. There's so many
Sasuke
points
doesn't do shit in
where
Boruto. I feel like in Shippuden he does more shit.
That's
Shippuden,
fair.
he is the secondary main character. Like
That's so
sometimes
true. Yeah.
the arc will take a break from Naruto just to focus on Sasuke.
Yeah.
But like
Go ahead.
The point, like, is still kind of that a lot of the like the mainstream shonen, at least like older, and even to some extent kind of more recently, have really revolved around like the individual, and the rest of the characters are more supporting, whereas a lot of like the best ones showcase more of them working together, because we like seeing characters, like, you know, sometimes we like seeing them fight someone on their own, you know, to prove themselves. We also like seeing characters fight as a team, because we get cool team attacks. And I'm not mentioning that series that everyone knows I'm thinking about, but I'm not going to fucking say it.
Oh yeah, Ruby is terrible with teams.
God damn it.
For a show about teams, they do the absolute worst about that.
We might need a Voldemort role.
At least Volume 2 had the little fight
had
with
the
Roman
robot
in the
scene, but that's
and
the
that was
only
kind of it.
scene. That was the only time the 4 of them worked together.
And even then, the team attacks are just kind of basic. It's run around the enemy, use fire and ice dodge, which Weiss can do by herself.
Yeah, but they called their shipping names when they attacked in pairs. That was cute.
There's a reason why Ruby didn't get one with Yang.
Damn.
But
anyway.
But with My Hero, it definitely tapped into some of that idea of like working as a team, and it's been present enough to where I can say it's still like a major element, but it's not often like thematic, and I feel like not enough of the characters get enough attention to make it really feel like it's really utilizing that idea, and the idea like all heroes, and like we could all be heroes to the fullest. Which is where I think it falls a bit short. I think My Hero's strengths, personally speaking, is the characters that do get focus are a great cast. The art style, both in the anime and in the manga, is very appealing. Like, just in general, one of its biggest strengths as well. The fight choreography is generally very great, and even though Deku's powers at first start out kind of basic of I punch things pretty hard, in general, I think a lot of the cast has very interesting powers, and then Deku also catches up and gets more interesting powers, and the way he fights with them is great, which definitely builds into like great choreography, because a lot of shonen protagonists kind of have basic ass powers.
We talked about this in the last podcast, where I basically said most shonen characters have either energy blast or energy slash attack.
Yeah, I think
kind of it.
With My Hero,
and Deku's just kind of Superman and Spider-Man's love child.
Yeah, a mix with a bunch of other powers like smokescreen and shit, and lassos and such, which helps make him a more interesting fighter.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, real quick, I want to talk about like the team aspect of it. I don't know. I feel like I differ from you guys' opinion on that, because I was never under that illusion. Like, I kind of always figured that the show was about Deku. Like, from the beginning, it was like his internal monologue, how he became the #1 hero. how the first scenes and the first few episodes were just purely about him. So I just kind of figured that he was just gonna be the more important. Damn.
Sorry, I had to interrupt.
You're like, this shit's boring.
I mean,
Objection.
I agree
Burp.
that I agree that Deku is the most important one.
Yeah.
But like, in my opinion, I think the show treats everybody else as super important. But the fact of the
They have their
matter is,
moments.
you could literally make a tier list of how important each character is, and I guarantee there will be there will be a few people at the bottom, a lot of them will be in the middle, and very few will be at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just kind of the case with a lot of shonen.
I mean, I agree, but like we've seen time and time again, shonen and other types of anime do a really good job with making everybody feel maybe not as important as the main character, obviously, but they still feel important. Like,
That's fair.
if you took
That's
them
fair.
away, you would lose something.
I kind of thought it was
With
fine.
My Hero, I feel like you could take away like 3 or 4 characters and everything would still be fine.
I actually thought of
Yeah,
slime
I
when
feel like
brought
you
that
could
up.
take away the invisible girl and the tail guy.
Again, you could literally make a tier list of how important a character is. Like if I gave you guys a My Hero main character tier list, and if I gave you a One Piece tier list or a Soul Eater tier list, and I told you rank them on how important they are in their shows, I guarantee My Hero's the only one out of the 3 that are gonna have more low ranks than high ranks.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
It's difficult to write a story, especially where a lot of characters feel like they're important to the plot, especially when you make
That's
a large
true.
story. And One Piece's strength has obviously just been exploration and a continuous like look at that. So he can Oda can obviously always go back to like old stuff that like fans have paying attention to, be like, oh my god, and then just like everyone feels connected.
Well, that and also a lot of the cast, they have a lot of moments where they split up
Yeah.
in like their own little groups.
Usually
So
every arc,
they each
yeah.
have their own like individually cool moments throughout the different arcs.
Yeah, but that's also like years after them being together all the time as they were like gaining new members for their crew, and then
That is true. Like earlier on, like if
and then
when it
they-
was
yeah.
when it was the classic original 7 lineup, yeah, that was definitely the case. But I would say from Thriller Bark onwards, they just like for the most part split up
Other
because
than
the
like
crew got
the
like
big,
larger.
yeah,
Huh?
obviously, but like I would say like obviously everybody split off just before the time skip happened,
Yeah.
but like that's a case of everybody splitting up and not the show focusing squarely on one group over the other.
No, yeah, I was
'Cause-
just mostly referring to like when the moments where they each explore the island, they
Yeah.
will like split off in like different groups.
trying to remember. I think when it really starts is either during Don Flamingo's arc or the arc before that. I'm trying to remember. Is when
The
they
arc
really
was,
like, okay, guys,
but yeah,
we're going
it-
here. You guys go fuck off until you're.
Isn't it Fishman Island it
arc.
starts at?
No,
yeah,
no,
I mean,
all
it
of them.
really
all of
starts with
them are in
Thriller
Fishman
Bark
Island.
because at first you have the coward trio that was Chopper, Nami, and Usopp in the ship, and then you have the monster trio followed by Robin and Frankie, like going into the island, and then they split up between them like throughout.
I mean,
and
I'm
get back
talking.
together
I'm
for the
talking
horse
more
fight.
on like characters just flat out disappearing for whole arcs until
Oh,
the next
no,
one.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm not
referring
talking about
to
like
that
focusing on two
specifically, but
groups. I'm
yeah.
talking about when they just flat out split off. like,
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you're not seeing Nami until the fucking the
Yeah, in that case,
Kai-
the only time that it really
okay.
happened, aside from the time skip, was Dressrosa.
Yeah, I think Dressrosa was like the start of okay, maybe we have too many characters. Let's kick some to the side and focus on them, and the next arc will focus back on them. Which I think is fine for a long running series like this, and we spent so much time with everybody together.
Right.
I'm just saying I don't think My Hero could do that with its main cast of characters.
No, because I feel like it's
but
one class, 1A is way larger than the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
Like, even when the Straw Hats have, like, extra people traveling with them, like Vivi or Kinemon, like, it was mostly focused on the main Straw Hats. Whereas Class 1A is just too damn big
I think
for
when
that
class
to
1A for
happen.
that to work.
Easy fix. Expel some of them.
Jesus. I mean, to be fair, there's only one
Expel
character.
Oyama for being a
There's only one
snitch.
character that I think most of the fandom would want to expel, and it's exactly who you think it is.
Yeah.
God. Invisible bitch, you're right.
No,
No.
Invisible
Rapey.
bitch.
Mineta.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mineta.
Mineta,
Oh,
easily.
He hasn't died yet? Fuck.
I love how
No,
you
he
just called
doesn't
him
die.
rapey.
I know. I read the manga. I know. I'm just
They're gonna
fucking
kill a
with him.
child.
Why not?
Pretty sure you can't do that
This
in
isn't
a
Grave of the Fireflies.
in a 13+ magazine.
Oh, big fucking deal. Back in Dragon Ball Z, we were allowed to snap little boys' necks.
He didn't die
I'm
though.
trying to
point
think
where
of
they
if
almost
anyone has died young. Wait, fucking what's her face? Rin from Kakashi's team. When he was
Yeah,
when
but that's
he
a
was
flashback.
a little kid.
It's a flashback character. It doesn't count.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's not even. That's not a fucking rule. What the
It
fuck?
totally is. Look at
Dude,
all of
get
One
over here.
Piece. Look at all of
No.
Naruto. It happens in every shonen. There
I
is
mean-
a flashback character that dies.
He does
There's
have a
Delamere. There's
But she died hella young. She was like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
the
don't
audience
care
didn't
if
get to
it's a
know her
fucking
that well,
flashback.
so
I don't. That's
But we
bullshit.
see her death. We see her body.
She's a young girl that died. Shut up.
I'm
the
fucking with you. I
flashback.
don't care. I'm fucking with you. I don't care actually.
I'm genuinely curious. Now I just want to walk up to Jump magazine and be like, "Is this a rule?"
I mean, I imagine it's probably frowned upon because they're trying to, like appeal to a teenage demographic because that's what shonen is. It's made for teenage
Yeah.
boys. And that's why a lot of the characters who will die are the characters you typically expect, like the old mentor or the villains or, maybe side characters, but never like someone who looks like them because then they'll get scared and not buy more.
True.
So yeah, like, I mean, and then again, even My Hero, no, good amount of characters die. Actually, never mind. I'm forgetting Shigaraki's big breakout moment of him, suddenly saying delete, the delete button.
Yeah, and
Wait,
kills
fucking
5 kilometers
Shigaraki
with radius.
killed his damn sister.
He
When
killed
he was
a
a
lot
little
of
boy.
people.
He killed his whole
Flashback character.
family.
Yeah, and it's very very gruesome. Granted, it's more gruesome in the manga because I've seen
Way
people
more,
comparing the panels with each other of how brutal it gets in the manga compared to the anime. I mean, that's just kind of a big thing of the anime generally, like censoring bits, but it's also like not even just censoring, but it's also just easier to animate when you're not animating gruesome detail.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not like they're in NetherRealm Studios.
Damn.
You
I
were-
had to.
But anyway, I'm curious what you've thought, Tom, because obviously you've said that My Hero is your favorite show, or at least one of them.
No, yeah, it's probably my favorite still. For like as a whole, or
Like as a whole, what do you think?
I'm in the minority, but I think Acts 1 and 2, which is the entrance exam arc to the first war, is probably my favorite string of all anime arcs. Probably,
Okay.
I think My Villain Academia is one of the most original arcs, and probably shonen. We never get that for most stories of the POV of a different, like the antagonist of the protagonist, and they're fighting their own villain, which I think is really unique. It should happen a lot more. And then the final act of Dark Deku arc to Final War, it's a bit flawed. Definitely the weakest is the Dark Deku arc, in my opinion. And then a Final War has some stumbles, which we're getting to in the anime. But aside from that, overall, I think the Final War really shows off every character in the cast pretty well. No one really gets abandoned. So I appreciate that a lot. But if I had to rate it, personal 10 out of 10. If I was being critical, 8.5 probably.
All right, that's fair. We can
That's
all
fair.
I can always understand of like having a personal versus critical, especially with something that's your favorite. I mean, I kind of think of that with Gurren Lagann, you know.
I mostly rate
Mhm.
off of how much I enjoy it instead of like writing and stuff. I put that in the new account too, but
That's kind
usually
of
is enjoyment.
That's kind of a big thing too, because a lot of us think of like the nitty gritty details. I mean, I've done that myself as a tuber, you know, looking at the nitty gritty details. But at the end of the day, what's most important is how much someone enjoys something, right? Um, and I mean, that's why there was a big argument for a little bit in like certain parts of the community where literally they were like, "That's a nice argument about this complex." Intricate anime series with very in-depth characters, but none of it will ever reach the same serotonin as Goku getting Super Saiyan. Which I mean, I can see that on a very visceral level. You know, like we what matters most is how much we enjoy something, not entirely of just like how much it works. Because you only notice the flaws if you pay attention to it, or if it's not good enough to hold your attention. That's the big thing that like people's like, oh, if you sit down and think of this for a minute. Like, that's the problem. If a series isn't telling you to think about it and you're actively thinking about it, you're kind of, in a sense, going against what it's supposed to be about. Because if you're watching something that's like, we're really in depth and going into the basis of the human psyche, then yeah, you know, you want to get the facts right. But this is a show about superheroes. And if it gets that feeling right, which I do think, generally speaking, My Hero does, while still diving into some darker elements of, and especially going into what it means to be a hero, who can be a hero, who can't be a hero, and I think generally it does what it needs to, which is why it works.
Mm-hmm.
I rambled a lot, but I do that because I have ADHD.
I mean, same.
Podcast, you have an excuse.
I guess I agree with you on that, except
Except I don't.
I don't know. Except I have your IP address.
Oh, thank God.
The only thing is that I get it that, you know, sometimes you shouldn't have to do the legwork for the story to understand the story. You know, you shouldn't. But at the same time, you can't really spoon feed the story or what the values of the story are to the audience.
I
I
think
feel like there needs to be a balance, especially for shonen, because it is directed towards. I think the like legit age demographic is like 10 to like 16 or something like that.
I wouldn't say
could
as
be
low
that,
as
but
10. I would probably say about 13 to 18.
I would say it's 10 to 16, but nowadays it's around like 18.
No,
to
but like I
22.
mean like their official like listed demographic. I mean.
Well, I mean, shonen is for teenage boys, so.
I
10
mean,
doesn't
by
really
that
count.
logic, yeah, it would just be
12,
like 13 to 18. I mean, 13 to 19.
Yeah. I think that's a general demographic, although I don't know how Japan differs the quarter of teenage years compared
That's
to what we do in
true.
the States.
That's fair.
Because they can, there's obviously different cultures view like growth and adolescence and such in different lights. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Never really sat down and thought of it because I know Hollywood has the 4 quadrants. And obviously we know what we consider to be a teenager. But I never really sat down and thought like, what is shonen considered teenagers? You know.
Good question.
I just know that a bunch of people in their 30s are watching My Hero Academia, even though it wasn't made for them.
That
And then
is
more people in their 30s are okay. I actually looked it up, like the shonen manga, like what it refers to. So it refers to as an audience that is defined as 9 to 18-year-olds, but it can
9?
also mean 12 to 18-year-olds.
Okay, 12 makes more sense, but fucking 9 years. I wouldn't watch someone 9 years old watching some of this stuff.
Okay, but Naruto, everybody saw Naruto as a kid, and you know Dragon Ball too.
they saw Naruto kissing Sasuke at 9. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm more
my
worried about the
bisexuality.
blatant violence and stabbing.
That's fair.
The
That's fair.
bisexuality and stuff, that's literally a non-issue. I don't give a fuck. Like people watch like, you know, straight kissing all the time. It doesn't matter what, you know, orientation or whatever. But like the beheading and other shit, like the Shigaraki murdering his family. Ah, yes, 9-year-old approved. What?
Dawn is the ultimate ally.
They won't understand. They'll think to go to the shadow realm.
I don't know. The 12 to 18 personally makes more sense, but I'm not a shonen.
I mean, it
writer,
does
so
for me too, but like, yeah,
I don't know. Like it's also
that's like
very much
around
a
the time I started watching shonen anime.
It's a
So
cultural thing
basically,
too.
shonen is ready to eat for everyone.
No.
Just like these hands.
Exactly. Keep them away from little children, though.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Why?
100%.
We're not Minecraft YouTubers. Or actually, fuck, just damn it, YouTubers are good. What? Why are so many of us awful?
Dude, I feel like being a celebrity, like a litmus test for being a celebrity is just being a pedophile.
Like
Shit. All I have
Or
to
being
do-
or being a sexual deviant of
it's
some kind.
it's like, why is it so
Having
difficult?
some kind of weird fetish. It's every time.
I swear to God, the amount
Or
of
like
times I've just
inappropriately touching women.
I'm scared because like there's so many of my favorite YouTubers and people are just like, please don't turn out to be a horrible person later on because I really like your content and you as a person. Please don't fail me.
What's this?
I mean, that
charity
part of
club?
me died once everything that came out with Sky Does Minecraft.
Oh yeah. I mean, right now, like my favorite YouTubers haven't had anything like that happen to them personally. Like, but also a lot of one of my roommate she was a big fan of there obviously there was Achievement Hunter and then there was stuff with the Rooster Teeth that went on too, but I know there was also a Soul Link that she watched at one point. It was a big part of like her favorite YouTube series growing up, and one of the YouTubers was a horrible, terrible person, which ruined the entire experience. You know, it's kind of like thinking back. It's like, oh, one of my favorite shows to watch, and then you see it turns out a show is a bad example, but like one of my favorite YouTubers to watch, and then it turns out like it brings you joy, right? Like this old series, and you've gone to see it plenty of times, then playing a video game. Then it turns out they're a pedophile. You know, then you're like, wow, that really dampens my enjoyment of this. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just never go back to watching their content again.
No.
It's very hard usually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people do try. Apparently, Dr. Disrespect is trying to come back, and then there
So
was
there's more minors. What?
I mean, he can just hang out with Sneeko and all the other pedophiles.
There-
He's
then
going to
there
the
was
playground next. Let's go.
no. Then there was what's his name? He used to be in the Vanoss crew. Who came back.
Oh, Mini Lad,
Mini
that
Lad.
bitch.
Lad.
Mini lads.
Such a mini lads.
That's such a dumbass motherfucker.
He's still trying to do YouTube, and I remember I saw a video of him trying to do the pity party of like saying how like some of this stuff hurts, and I'm like, cool, you fucked up. As soon as you realize you fucked up, then you could start to grow as a person. Then some people might
No,
not.
as soon as you fucked up, you moved to a different country so you couldn't get arrested.
Oh yeah, he did.
He moved back to Northern Ireland just so that way he wouldn't get arrested. He was like, "Oh, it's to see my family." No, you moved back
That
because
is cope.
you did not want to get arrested.
He's doing the whole pity party thing of like trying to be like, it's like, oh, like it all hurts. These
You
jokes
could
they
have
make
just fucking
hurt. And
come
I'm
back
like,
as a VTuber with a different voice and like a different name, and just kind of done like his own thing there and like stopped touching kids. But no, he had to come back as
the
Mini
important
Lad.
part is not touching the kids part. I
No,
feel like that's the
he
important
just needed to keep touching the kids.
part.
No. He just needed to like be like, "Oh hey, it's me, Mini Lad. There's totally nothing wrong with my current branding, right?" Fucking
Now, excuse me,
dumbass.
I have some children in the back.
The sad part is some of these people still have subscribers. Like
But how many of them is like for hate watching though?
but I also
how
wonder
many
how
of
many
them
of them
are
are
active?
bots too.
That's
or
another
that
thing.
as well.
Or their children. That's another big thing.
Yeah, or just people who just aren't aware of the drama.
I think with some of this stuff, it's hard to get away from the drama, especially because like it gets really blown up. Does the Doctor Disrespect? I never
I'm just
watched
waiting
Doctor
for
Disrespect.
I'm Alex and his response.
It was huge.
It was huge. Like I never watched any of his content. I've heard of him in passing, but then just it all blew up, and I'm like, oh, this guy, I've never seen any content. I didn't even fucking know what he sounded like. That's how little I knew about him.
I didn't know shit about him.
And then this whole thing blew up, and I'm like, oh, you're a scumbag. Got it.
Piece of middle-aged cosplayer that likes kids.
I do have a litmus test for like how to tell if someone is like a shitty YouTuber.
What is it?
They hang out with Sneeko. They do at least one video with Sneeko.
Pinko Sneeko.
No.
No.
No. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
He's not coming back.
No, he did.
But what do you think of My Hero overall, Noah?
Oh my god.
Or at least try to summarize what you might think.
I'm very conflicted with My Hero because it's either a fun time or I just couldn't bother to care. It's a never-ending battle with this fucking series. Like, sometimes I really like it, sometimes I find it really dull. I find things interesting, but like, you know, usually comes from the villains, honestly.
There is a good cast of villains.
Yeah.
Shonen has a lot of really good villains. We should do villain rankings.
Yeah. That'd be dope. But I just kept reading the manga just because I'm like, well, I'm on this train, so let's just see where it goes. And honestly, I feel like I need to reread it because, like, we don't get a lot of panels and pages per issue every like week or 2 weeks.
It's tough to watch weekly, read weekly.
Well, there was a thing with Horikoshi's held for a good year where he only did 13 pages a chapter.
Yeah.
So it got less and less.
Yeah. For me, that gets me to be like, okay, I read it, and then I'm gonna forget what happened. So when I go back to it, I'd be like, oh, what happened? Need a refresher.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I do the same thing pretty often with One Piece.
Yeah, well, One Piece, I just flat out stopped reading it until it's super fucking far ahead, so I can just binge it.
That's also fair.
Yeah, no. If I had to give My Hero a score, I think I would give it a 7 out of 10 if I'm being generous. Because, like, part of me feels like My Hero might not be a show for me, but it has some ideas that I like. I definitely like the majority of the villains. The heroes are all hit and miss for me. I don't think the show focuses enough on other characters besides Deku and his 2 favorites. Especially when you get to like season
and his 2 boyfriends.
5, his 2 boyfriends. Especially like season 5 the one where the 3 went off to Endeavor's agency?
That was halfway through.
Yeah.
Halfway. Yeah. After that, once you get to that point, it is totally the Deku and them show. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Nobody else matters.
Yeah, at that point, Ida got dropped too, and Uraka.
Who's Ida?
Ida.
Yeah, that's kind of how people thought, because like he was really important for the first I'd say at least 3 seasons.
I'm not gonna lie,
yeah.
I kind of forgot about him after the whole Stain thing.
Well, I was gonna say 3 because Stain was season 3, right?
No, season 2.
Season 2.
Ah, my bad.
Well, with season 3, he was part of
Oh, he was part of the Camino.
Yeah, he was part of Camino. Momo was as well, but Momo's always been like hit and miss of how important she is.
Yeah, Momo is just she just gets shit on.
Which is sad because I do like Momo.
Same. I love her power.
Yeah. But
she can create things out of her tits.
Okay, I hate that aspect. That's the one thing.
It's okay, you don't need to lie. We're all friends here.
That's the one thing I just don't fuck with when it comes to My Hero. Is just abundantly over-sexualization of like minors.
Welcome to anime.
I mean, yeah, that does happen in a lot of anime, like
1,000-year-old dragons.
Bleach with Orihime.
But the thing I'll give about that is like, what Tom's saying is, like the 1,000-year-old dragon. With that, I've always found it weird because physically, they're not of age. But like with a lot of the characters in anime, they're often drawn where you could realistically see them as like older or younger and such. So it doesn't really matter.
But you can't do that with the My Hero cast, not class 1A at least.
I could see an argument because, I mean, first of all, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because none of these characters are real.
That's fair.
Like I feel
The
like
best argument.
well, I mean, it's in general, it's like none of these people exist. So
People lose their minds over that argument, so it's like really.
like I don't know, unless your character specifically looks like an actual like 8-year-old child's, I don't
Right.
really care. Though to be fair, I'm also of the opinion that the best waifu in My Hero is probably Mirko.
That is the
Yep.
right answer.
Yoruichi meowed so Mirko can pop.
Dude, they're both goated, so
I know, but like
I
this
would
is like modern day Yoruichi. This
I would
is
have
just
said
like,
Midnight
the
for a while.
petty-
But she's dead.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
like I mean
She's
She
trying
got
to learn.
rocked.
but it's also like she
No. That's not fair.
Well,
She's
it's
dead, so she can't be waifu.
well,
That's
no,
fucked.
it's not. It's so it's part of it. It's that since she's dead, she doesn't get a chance to do more as a character later on because she's gone. You know, whereas like other characters can at least appear more. Like Mirako becomes really like a big star in like the latter half of the series, whereas like by
That's
that point
true.
Midnight's gone.
Yeah. Like she destroys like a big chunk of the Nomus.
Yeah. Like just that scene alone, I think everyone was like, "Oh fuck! All right, mommy."
Like literally. I mean, I was like that the second I saw her.
Yes. But like I don't know.
With the legs alone, I was like, damn.
Damn. Noah, play the thing.
You gotta add the B there at the end.
No.
Fine, I'll do it. Give me a moment.
God damn!
Yeah, that. I wonder if I should do a waifu ranking. Probably not. I was like wondering if you want to do a waifu tier list, but I think the villain tier list is probably the more
Oh
fun.
boy, we want bullshit. Let's go.
I think the villain tier list sounds a lot more fun because I want to do that when we get more of a crew though. At some point.
It's kind of sad that I think we'll draw less blood from a villain ranking than a waifu ranking.
Well, because
That's
people
true.
Add it in
people
the comment section.
I
surprisingly
mean, just look at the Persona fandom.
Yeah.
people are far less opinionated when it comes to like villains because I think in general everyone's like, oh yeah, this villain's great, this villain's great, this villain's great. But as soon as you just say someone this character's best girl, someone's like, I will actually kill you over this opinion.
Here's your IP address.
Literally.
It's like the waifu wars get more bloodshed than the console wars. I swear.
Yes, 100% yes.
Like it's
You know how
scary.
much shit gets thing in the Bleach anime just because of like fucking, oh, Ichigo should have ended up with Rukia, no, Orihime.
Oh no.
Just with that alone.
I'm just saying.
Just with that alone, it's just like war. And then the Persona fandom, it's just like this character is garbage. Why? Because I like this underage character more than yours.
Yeah.
I
That's true. That's very
Oh
true.
my god.
I remember seeing this one video that was like a garbage bag with the Chie's name on it, and the dude's like, "Oh, hey Chie," closes dumpster.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
This
that's a
underage
weird way.
drama.
That's a weird way of saying Makoto from Persona 5.
It's begun.
Oh no!
Rip the comments.
Okay.
Swarms.
My thing about when it comes to waifus is I always have obviously the ones that I love the most. Very infrequently do I think any of them are quote unquote trash. It's more of just like this character is just not well written, or I'll be like, what's 02 is one that gets brought up because if you had asked me what do I think of 02, I'm like, oh, she's great in the first half of the show. In the second half of the show, she has zero character at all. Which is why I would rate her more of like, oh, what do you think she is? B or C, you know? But like, there's very infrequent that I would say that anyone, even Asuna that people were like, it's like, oh, she's S tier, she's trashy. I'm like, she's there, she's all right, she's fine.
She's like A tier.
I mean, I don't personally think that, but whatever, you know. I'm not opinionated enough about Asuna to really judge anyone based on it, you know. She's just literally middle of the road, like.
I mean, I will judge you just by watching SAO, but you know that's just me.
Well, I dropped SAO pretty fucking fast.
Oh, same. As soon as the second arc ended, I was just like, hell no.
Well, my thing is, if I'm going to watch SAO, I'm going to watch the abridged.
Yeah.
The bridge is so funny. You don't have
It
to
is
wonder
so
where your
good. I
god
love
is
that
because he's
Oscar's
right
racist.
here. they're both horrible people and they deserve each other.
It's so true.
How dare you make me care about them? And it's just echoing. He's like, oh, try not to remember about it. Or one of my favorite bits is I was watching it with my roommate, and it got to the one, I forgot the chick who makes like swords and such. When they go up to the mountains,
Oh, yeah,
and she's like,
pink-haired
it's so
bitch.
cold, it's so cold, and I'm like, why aren't you wearing pants? And I love how he's like, there's this crazy new invention called pants.
pants.
He literally says that seconds later, and I'm like, we're in sync. Obviously not on the other parts, because Kirito's a horrible human being in the abridged.
Oh yeah, I love. One of my favorite parts of the whole show is freaking the moment when he and Austin are just having sex, and then he's like, "Yo, she," or whatever her name was.
Yeah. Who?
The red-haired girl.
Yeah.
And then Austin was like, "Who the fuck is this bitch?"
I love. There's also a really funny bit of the voice actors for Asuna and Kirito reading out the sex scene in the light novel.
There was a sex scene in the light novel?
There is a
Japan.
There is a very longly written sex scene of these two characters together.
I'm not surprised. Novels can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
I noticed.
And they're reading it and acting it out, and they're uncomfortable. It's very funny. But yes, yes, there is a sex scene in the light novel that is written, and
That is nasty.
yeah.
Yes, sex. Ew.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's whatever. But
Latest
I would
sex
say short
offers.
hair don't care, but I just want to move on.
But I don't know, like the waifu wars thing is it also is pretty bad in My Hero too, especially if we're in the beginning when we're talking about, you know, like it's like, oh, the teenagers and such, you know, like, oh, as you say, like, this underage character is way hotter than this underage character is. Literally, if you want to put it, it's barest elements. Like, well, when you say it like that, it sounds pretty fucked up. It's like, yes, but it's also not real, so who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I feel like that's the basic thing. Whoever your waifu is, sure, as long as they're not an actual child. That's all I care. As long as they're like, as long as they don't look like an actual child, you know, then I'm like, sure.
Yeah, that's
whatever
not
you
talking about a
want.
1,000-year-old dragon.
Yeah, like if.
Damn it, you beat me to it. Fuck.
But if someone's like, my waifu is fucking Momo.
Eri.
What?
Eri. Yeah, then you're like,
Okay.
CPS?
Woo, so we get in the car.
They're not real. No, that doesn't work anymore.
Ava
No,
Tyson!
like I said, as long as it doesn't look like an actual child, it is also not an actual child. Like, I would say you could get away with a bunch of the Class 1A characters, because, like, the way anime and manga is drawn is very ambiguous, oftentimes, with, like, aging.
Okay, that's fair, because I remember, I'll never forget this, when Pokemon Sun and Moon, like, revealed, like, their characters, and they showed fucking Mallow, and
Oh my
they had
God.
her age in the wiki as somewhere between 12 to 18.
What the fuck?
So,
That's a
there's big
large
gap.
difference.
Right?
A lot of development
look it
happens
up if
between
you
those
want.
two numbers.
You
Shit,
can
flip a
look it
coin.
up.
Fuck.
Good God. Oh, yes, this character is somewhere between 9 to 45. Guess. What?
One wrong move and you're in, without disrespect, one wrong move.
But it's even to the point where, like, in Gurren Lagann, people are talking about how old Yoko is because of there was an old interview where they were joking about it because people were tired of asking, so they were like, fuck it, she's 14. Even though in the anime, they never say any of their ages.
Well, they aged down, I haven't seen this anime in forever, and Fooly Cooly, they aged down the redhead girl's, she was 16, and I think they aged her down to 12, so that way the age difference between her and the main character wasn't as drastic.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Even though she's
That
actively
doesn't
smoking.
work.
Yeah, that's true.
That doesn't work.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes it
Like
weird.
like the boy definitely looks way younger than I forgot her name, but like
I haven't seen Fooly
no,
Cooly in a while. I haven't seen any of the, and I haven't seen season 2 or 3. I heard mixed opinions about them though. The only thing I know is that apparently Fooly Cooly wasn't that apparently Fooly Cooly was dubbed in English first.
Really, I had no
Yes.
idea.
It was released in Toonami first as a premiere.
Damn.
Yeah. Fun fact of the
This
day.
one's quite so good.
It is Fooly Cooly is pretty good. I do like it.
Yeah.
Not Gynex's best work in my opinion, but still fun. But does anyone have any closing thoughts about My Hero Academia? And yes,
Glad it's over. I want to hear my zero.
I mean,
I
there
like
is-
it, and I think it's gonna be remembered for a long time.
There is going to be another project being announced soon, which is probably going to be a
In
sequel.
2
series.
days.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they have another one being announced.
August 5th.
Aside from
There's a secret
August
project.
5th. Secret Friday. Yeah. It could be a sequel. It could just be a one-shot off. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I could think of would be like an adaptation of Vigilantes.
So when's the
Uh,
next fighting game with everything in it? Where's our Shippuden 4? Our Ultimate Ninja Storm 4?
Ultimate Hero Storm 5 or
Probably end of season 8.
probably. You're not wrong.
We have Ultra Impact right now, and that's gonna be the last one of the year probably. So
Yeah. How's that battle royale going?
it's a mess.
Yeah, everybody knows that the current hotness is fucking Jump Force.
With their
Oh,
dead
they're-
servers that are no longer active.
Exactly.
I'd rather play Jump Force over that My Hero Battle Royale game.
I don't blame you. That shit looks like a 2-pack of ass.
I don't blame me either.
Tom, do you have any final thoughts, Mr.
No-
Purple Man?
Nope, I don't. Do you guys?
Mr.
Fucking
Purple
Perry
Man.
from Fairly Odd Parents.
Damn. I think you offended him.
No, I said I didn't have anything else to say.
What you gotta say, poof? Oh wait, Barry.
Purple boy, like I don't know.
Oh, what else is a fucking purple character? William Afton.
You blue rat. I mean purple
No.
tanuki.
Blue Rat.
I was gonna
Wrong
say.
franchise.
You're right. I shouldn't be talking about Croc like that. Very underrated. Bad game.
Fucking Big the Cat looking ass.
Hey. He may be big. Maybe
But he's
goddamn
peak.
big. But he's not.
Kid the Cat is peak.
He's big, he's fat, he loves fish and frogs, but he will always be our friend.
That's true. And he's like way older than his other teammates.
Yes, he is. How to catch a big.
Gotta catch a big.
It really reminds me of that fucking Sonic Shorts, that the new one that dropped like a couple weeks ago, and they did a How to Catch a Predator parody with Big the Cat.
Did they really?
Yes.
Damn. Well, Sean, I think we all said our piece. What about you?
I think
Orange Man.
He's AFK.
Weeb trash. What are you, stupid?
We know the answer to that question is hell yeah.
Okay, he's not here, so let's talk about Ruby.
Why is Blake white?
Why is Blake's color now purple? She doesn't have purple on her.
She can't decide. Remember, even in the fucking in the final battle where everyone was their color, even Weiss was white. They made Blake black, but then her aura thing purple.
Yeah, why is she purple? Like, she
Because
doesn't wear
belladonnas are
any
purple, that's why.
Fuck the belladonnas. They all suck anyway. The mom's overrated. She's just
I'm
milk
dead.
bait.
Milk bait. Oh my god.
She is. She's not even a character. She's just.
She's
there.
just Tara Platt. She got.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just Tara. Literally just Tara Platt with short hair and cat ears.
Yeah. It's just a hotter version of Blake. Oh fuck! I fell in the trap.
I'm dead. You think Sean fell in that trap? You think he's enough of a hoe?
I think he fell in the toilet. I don't think that's why he's not here.
Damn.
He's
Do
like,
you
oh,
think-
I gotta take a shit before.
I
they
want to
finish
ask
talking about
Sean
my
if
hero.
he thinks traps are gay.
Oh no. The
I
ultimate question.
Hmm.
Answer it no.
There is a correct answer. It's just more complicated than what you think.
Answer it no. Don't avoid it. Answer it.
I'm dying to know Noah's answer before I give
Yes.
mine. Yes, actually, yes, they are.
I mean,
But it's more
Yes.
complicated because it's also like
yeah.
it's also what you consider a trap, which in my definition is just a cross dresser, just like someone just like dressing up as the opposite sex for like shits and giggles or for memes.
Sure.
For the walls.
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
because some people count trans people as traps, and it's like not really, because like
No, they're not
No.
traps.
they're not.
They're
traps.
only traps if they're in like a maid outfit.
What? What?
I'm sorry, was that too real? Okay, my bad. Fuck Ruby.
Sean is just gonna look back on this. He's like, he'll be
John's
shaking
gonna
his
have
head.
that like one anime face where he's fucking disgusted throughout the entire conversation.
Hey,
Bro, there's an actual
editing John,
scientific
put a
term of being attracted to trans women and trans men. The term for trans women is gynandromorphophilic. But ain't nobody gonna use that fuck ass word.
That's a mouthful.
That's too big. Just say you're straight.
I almost
whatever.
fell for a trap one time.
Damn. I don't really fall for traps because I like both sets of genitalia, so.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, I'm just like, oh, this was unexpected, but okay. Damn. I really did silence you fuckers.
I just don't know where to go from this point. I think I just want to go home.
Party animals. Who doesn't love party animals?
Party Animals is great. It's super fun.
I fucking
Way better
love
than
Party
Game
Animals.
Gear.
God, sorry about
I
that.
saw Kevin playing it a few times.
I got a little notification that he was playing it now. Sean, you're gonna love editing this part.
I don't even know if
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you-
keep this in because I was
No,
thinking
but
about
You
it.
should.
Oh?
You should. Yeah, you should.
You probably should.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Definitely should.
Yeah, I just want you to record your own reaction to this one part. And so
Yeah,
you
just
can
edit some, like,
what the
emotes
fuck are my
for-
friends talking about?
You should just edit some emotes depending on how you feel about certain topics we just talked
No,
about.
I wanted to see his face. I want to see his reaction. This is the only reaction video I'm willing to watch.
All right. Well, I'll make sure to do that probably when I'm editing.
But
But anyway, to close out, Avengers Assemble. I don't know. I had nothing else.
That's not closing out. That's when you start shit.
yeah,
Disassemble.
I am Iron
There we
more
Man.
go.
like disassembled. Yeah,
I am Iron Man.
You're
How about
far.
that?
Yeah, you're dead and you're gonna be Doctor Doom.
Spoilers.
Talk about a paycheck.
I'm getting paid?
Spoilers? What the fuck do you mean? It's not a spoiler.
I'm getting
wait,
paid?
you guys are getting paid?
No.
I want to get paid.
Too bad. I'm not
Why
paying you.
not? Why?
We're not. We're not.
Why not?
I don't know.
Damn,
I don't have
if
enough money to
Sean's-
pay myself.
Is Sean's channel the only one that's monetized?
Are we counting John?
No,
Wait,
I mean
among us?
Sean. Like out of the four of us, is Sean the only one that's monetized?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, probably.
Oh. Damn, Sean, you make money and you don't pay us for being on your fucking
haven't gotten paid
podcast.
yet.
I know.
I haven't gotten
Fuck.
paid yet.
Damn! Oh my god, you guys! I feel so
better-
hurt. I don't know about you guys.
YouTube doesn't pay you until you make $100.
Oh, that's
Damn,
gonna
does
be
it really?
years
That
away.
sucks. But that's good anyway.
Oh man,
Still, it's
I don't know how you're
it's
gonna give me
getting
the grand
abused by
deal,
the
but
white
okay.
man.
What was that, Noah?
Oh, I don't know how you're gonna pay me back with that grand you owe me, but
I don't owe you anything.
better
What the fuck
be
you
a lot
talking about?
YouTube. You owe me everything.
No, I
It's on
don't.
record now.
I don't owe you shit, bitch.
Is it with interest?
No. I don't owe him anything.
Why not?
What do you mean? What have I done? Nope, don't answer that. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not gonna finish that question. 'cause
He's gonna gaslight you.
You're gonna
the
think
second
of
you
some
do that.
bullshit thing that's gonna be annoying, and it's gonna give me a migraine.
Maybe.
That one time that I paid for your food,
Which didn't
Yeah, I
happen.
did pay for it. So
which never happened. Jesus Christ.
It might. I mean, there was
Oh.
moments where we bought stuff for each other in Vermont, but that was like $10 worth of stuff, and that was at the grocery store.
yeah, and plus interest, it's sure $1,000 now.
That's
Well, one thing's for damn sure. I know for damn sure Sean loves me, right, Sean?
Do I owe you anything?
Well,
No.
yeah.
Cool, then yes.
Yay, Sean loves me. Ah, in your face, hookers.
It is conditional. My love is
He
conditional.
only loves you
You
for
bitch.
your money.
I'm kidding,
I don't
obviously.
jokes on him. I don't have any.
I'm kidding, obviously.
Yeah, he's a dumb hooker.
He's a dumb hooker.
I love all you fuckers.
Aw, we
Gross.
love you too.
Shut up, bitch.
No homo.
Anyway,
I'm hurt. My feelings.
to close out,
Not you.
I get to watch whatever these guys were talking about for like 20 minutes while my roommate and I were discussing of what to do about our apartment. So, closing thoughts, go watch My Hero Academia. It's pretty good.
Watch Ruby. It's fantastic.
Shut the fuck up.